Before I do what I have to do today, I want to do this live, right? Something told me to go ahead and show some things. Um, Before I go into any further details, let's go ahead and start with the prayer, shall we? We come to you, primordial mother, for another day of seeing the sun that you have created, the light of day that you have created. Also, we thank you for another day of breathing, another day of seeing our loved ones, another day of entering another part of our journey in this school called life. We want to give all thanks to you and all praises to you. We also want to give thanks to not just you, but the ancestral spirits of creation. We want to give thanks to even the archangels, the angels, the ancestors themselves for paving the way for all of us. But most of all, primordial mother, we come to your throne and let you know that we recognize you. We love you. We know without you there would not be a planet, there would not be a solar system, there would not be multi dimensions, there would not be all life, which sustained and came from your very womb. So, we want to ask for your guidance, your protection, your divine love, your divine touch and embrace to help wipe our eternal tears away when we're feeling alone, when we're feeling down. We need you to show, we ask you to show more inspiration to us that need it, more guidance on the ones that need it. Because without you, we would not know what to do. On that note, dear great mother, who has the 10,000 names and 10,000 titles, we come to you and say thank you for at least listening to our cry and listening to us reach out to you. For we know who you are. For you always been in the darkness and they always shunned you, but your children have not. And on that note, primordial mother, we say Ashe, 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 Ayi Abobo. All right. So, so what I was doing, I was looking up the connection between witchcraft, astrology, and how peace, how you doing? How witchcraft, astrology, and all of that, how it has a connect intertwined with African spirituality along with Native American magic and all of that, right? So let's just say all of them are intertwined. So it goes back to the root. You say, well, what is the root? It goes back to the ancient melanated people that practice these practices. And what happened, the whole witchcraft thing got intertwined in it because of what they learned from their ancient melanated ancestors, as far as the Europeans are concerned. Yes, it has connection to spirits, but what kind of spirits are you talking about? The spirits of nature. The spirits of nature. The spirits of nature in ancient Kemetic science, also in ancient uh, indigenous science. Every every life have a spirit. The rock, which is connected to the land, the water, the air, and so on. They're all the elements they said have a spirit to it, which also give you the genetic makeup of yourself. Because these aspects are connected to the divine. Yeah, I was exactly, beloved. Exactly. I'm so happy that you said that. How old are you though? I just want to know your age, but I'm glad you said all of that. So, all of it is connected to the grand scheme of things and also within us. Okay? So, I want to show y'all something. This is what I found so far. See? So I wanted y'all to see that. Okay? This is how you know it's all intertwined together. Now, what if I tell you all of this is also connected to the Kundalini energy? What if I tell you all this is connected to the Kundalini energy? It went all black. My screen went all black. It just. What if I tell you that? Okay. See, there's a lot that they don't want to talk about, and how numerology and astrology plays a part in this too. Everything deals with alignment, know it or not. Everything deals with alignment, and this is something that they don't want to talk about, but it is true. Let me go back. Now let's go ahead and see this, and what goes on in Africa, shall we? Or what the land we call Africa. Look at this. You see that? I want y'all to see how it's connected to divination and all of that too. Tradition. Look at that. And you see how it says there's misunderstandings when compared to Western interpretations. Saying they were not always negative, right? All this is back to ancient practices that goes back to the melanated people. All of this goes back to the melanated people, and I want y'all to understand that the West misinterpreted everything. See, we have to keep in mind that we're living in a Western society that don't want to tell us the truth, that keep everything behind closed doors, but they practice this behind closed doors too. They practice it behind closed doors. Now let's see something. This is what I'm gonna type in real quick. Is see is witchcraft connected to the is witchcraft connected to the chakras? Bear with me, y'all. See, it's not connected, but it has a connection to it. That's interesting. To the Kundalini energy. Let's try that. Let's see something. Just bear with me. I'm trying to find everything I can find right now. Because I want y'all to see how it's all interconnected. Because all of it is interconnected to the Kundalini. And give me a second. Goodness gracious. It's witchcraft. E5. Give me a second. Peace, what's going on? Trying to get this information together. So From what I'm seeing, let me see. This is something from Scribe. Let me see if it's going to show anything. Give me a second, y'all. Now, what it has, this is dealing with oh man, they will not let me show it. God dang it. Uh, you see how they blocked it? I want y'all to I gotta wait. Skip ahead. Okay. You see this? There's no such thing as voodoo versus Ifa. The term voodoo means spirit. Okay? All these practices go back, all these practices include what you call witchcraft is connected, has a connection to African spirituality, indigenous melanated people spiritual practices. All of this is connected to the melanated people's spiritual practices. When it come down to it, witchcraft is a more watered down version of these practices, right? This is all interconnected to the Kundalini system, okay, which deals with the activation of what? Of the chakras in your body too, because you're becoming one with nature. You're becoming one with the planet, okay? And it also is connected to us. That is very important for the whole Kundalini energy to connect us back to the planet, Gaia, Tiamat, whatever you want to call the planet. It also connects us back to the spiritual dimensions or the multi dimensions. This is something that they don't want to tell us about. But meanwhile, they'll tell us it's evil. But these people that are in power, or what you call the powers that be, they practice this. And they use it on the people every day because they don't want none of y'all to wake up. Because when they start seeing that you're waking up, that the sleeping giant is now awakened, game over. That's it. So, there's so many different divination practices across the planet that they don't want nobody to know that they're using these divination practices. And also, these divination practices are connected to herbalism, right? Herbalism is dealing with what? Using herbs to protect, right? So they don't want nobody to know anything about this because they feel as though if we keep these people asleep and keep on giving them the misconceptions and give them all the lies, then we also put our plants to block them from finding out more about these teachings and these practices. Then we did our job because we want to keep it for ourselves because we want the power. That's what it's all about. Controlling others' destiny without the person finding out their own identity and destiny. You understand? That's what they do. They don't want the people to know and see what's really going on because when the people wake up and realize that this is all an illusion, this has all been a lie, and all these different plants that have been planted in the so-called conscious community and the so-called spiritual community. Because there's a lot of plants that's been implemented and been placed in these communities to what? To keep us from these practices, from these art forms, if we are actually called to these practices. I also say if we're called to them, because look, what happened is that you have a calling. If you're called to these practices, then that is for you. It is not for everybody. I'm only on here to talk to the few that want to know how it's connected to them and also to remember that they heard the call. It's up to you to find out what is your path. You understand? You understand? Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to keep in mind that they don't want us to go through these transformations, the connecting of the dots. Because once we start connecting the dots and realize that we've been bamboozled and lied to, then we will get down to what they call the nitty gritty and start really peeling more of the onion. All right? Because you took the skin off, now you're peeling more of the onion. And when you start peeling the onion more, what happened? Your eyes start getting teary. The tears represents the emotional breakdown of all the lies that you've been told. That your spirit is now releasing all of the lies that's been put into your being. because you got to peel and keep on peeling to find the root of it all. They are not going to tell you the root of it all. They're going to keep on demonizing all of this stuff. Meanwhile, they're practicing it behind closed doors and hoping that none of y'all wake up. Like my city, Baltimore, the creator of the Ouija board his grave is located here. Okay? There's so many things that I can talk about, far as portals and everything. And yes, there's portals all over the place. My city itself is a big ass portal. It's a portal of slaves, indigenous people, you name it. Indigenous spirits, you name it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people don't realize that during the so-called slave revolts, that it was the women that were leading the charge, not the men. And these women were called seers, right? The seers saw the vision and they told the soldiers. And a lot of the seers were the so-called empresses. And what people don't know, that a lot of the people that were indigenous looked like yours truly. Only 5 to 6% of people from Africa came over here on slave ships, from what they say. Don't y'all see that there's things going on right now that's being shown, illustrated throughout YouTube, throughout social media? But what they're not telling you is that a lot of these practices come from people that look like yours truly. And it came from the women because it was passed down to the women, to the men, and also the elders, you name it. That's why we used word of mouth, and we would teach each other verbatim, verbally, and give illustrations. What happened, they took the information and the knowledge so you wouldn't get the power back that you rightfully deserve, the ones that heard the call. They never wanted you to wake up. They wanted you to stay asleep. Because it's all about power, control, manipulation. Manipulation also can turn into devastation, confusion. They played with the spiritual and the emotional minds of the people who gifts, or may I say, practices that they use to keep it away from them, only for their own bidding, for their own gain of power. And we have many on here on YouTube that are plants that don't want you to know. They want to keep it away from you. And they want you to look for them as the key answer to all of your questions. All this is intertwined to keep you away from destiny, and whatever your destiny may be. I can't tell you, okay? It's a shame that they do this to us every day. But I come on this channel of ours to start showing you stuff and show you illustrations of things and show receipts. I'm not on here to persuade anybody to do any of these practices. I'm not on here to do, all I'm trying to do is show y'all what they've been keeping from all of you, because it don't make any sense how they're using us that was created for us. Right? Now, remember I told you about the people that will wear all white. Look at this. She's wearing all white except for the necklace. You see that? And she's a melanated woman. This is something they're keeping away from us right here. White deals with purity, not the skin complexion. That's where they got you. The Christian color codes too. So all y'all that's saying that y'all white, that's a lie. Because your skin don't look nothing like this. Now, Let me show y'all something. White garments and spiritual practices means meaning. Let's just put down meaning. Look at this. This is why white is worn. You see the last one? Spiritual readiness. Spiritual readiness. Okay? Look what it says about it at the bottom, transformation. Transformation. White garbs are seen as a symbol of transformation and the shedding of negativity, serving as a reminder of maintaining purity and integrity in life. Now, when it comes down to the so-called people that call themselves white that don't identify with you, they don't identify with you because it deals with purity. You're not actually white. You're actually the real colored man. That's to give y'all a little, breakdown. And yet again, I gotta put that truth out there so people don't be thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm white. I'm pure." No, no. And see, look at it says unblemished spirits. Okay. And this is dealing with in spiritual practices what white garments symbolize. Not the skin, the garments in spiritual practices, what it symbolizes. All of this is connected to ancient spiritual practices. Spiritual readiness. Let's see what that means. Spiritual Look at that. You see that? Spiritual readiness is defined as the state of being prepared to face spiritual challenge and fulfill one's divine call. It involves being valiant in one's faith and relationship with God, ensuring that one's heart, mind, body, and soul are aligned with divine will. Additional encompasses sustain oneness through life's challenges, particularly during times of stress, hardships, and is informed by religious, philosophical, and human values. So, I wanted to show y'all that and just talk to y'all about that real brief. When it come down to it, many people don't get it. Our practices a connection to that witchcraft because the Europeans needed a watered down version of our stuff for it to work for them. So they really got it from the original people, also the original indigenous people, and they intertwined what they figured out and put together to create their art form of their craft. Okay, so I just wanted to let y'all know what's really going on, but it's also dealing with connection to nature too, what they're not really talking about. Um, but I really wanted y'all to know how a lot of the women actually played a serious part in those slave revolts. Matter of fact, some people even said that the Salem witch hunts were literally going after, that was dealing with going after the melanated women that were causing the slave revolts. That's why they were burning them, from what they were saying. I think Bobby Hemmett spoke on that years ago. So I just want to share that with y'all to let y'all know that it's all interconnected some way or somehow, and that we are connected to the ancient ancestral spirits of nature because we are supposed to be one with nature, and how it's connected to the Kundalini, and how it's connected to the mitochondrial DNA. It's all interconnected. So once we really figure out why they're trying to keep it from us, once we figure it out, then we'll know what to do from there. Now, check it out. Now, everybody's going to hear that call. Not everybody's going to hear that call. Many are called and few are chosen. Keep that in mind. Many people are not going to hear that call at all. They're going to keep on easing themselves and pushing themselves away from that call. You got all these people on here on these YouTube streets saying that they chosen. All of y'all not chosen. I need y'all to stop saying that too, because it's starting to get sickening. I'm starting to think it's a trend because all y'all keep on saying that y'all chosen. First and foremost, the question I got to ask all of you: who and how and what made you chosen? And when were you chosen? How do you know that you're chosen? What makes you believe that you're chosen? Don't give me no biblical scriptures. Don't give me none of that. Don't give me none of that. Okay? I just want to know, yours truly want to know, and more than likely our many subscribers want to know. Everybody want to know what makes y'all chosen and what makes you think that you're chosen. Who said that you were chosen? Let's stop using this chosen narrative as a sense of wanting to belong to something or someone, because it's getting out of hand. Because a lot of channels are saying chosen ones and all this other stuff. That's starting a bit like, dying down, because you got to look at the frequencies. Many of you haven't even heard the call and you're saying that you're chosen. But I digress on that. I just want y'all to understand that all the lies that they've been depicted on us, and they've been keeping lying to us over and over again, because they don't want us to know who we really are in this particular realm. Some of you say a matrix. Let me tell you, this is not the matrix like you think, like the negative way, how you thinking it. The real matrix is the womb. So we are in the real matrix, which is the womb, and we got to connect back to it. We lost our way to connect back to that womb, the cosmic womb. And I can assure you that the West are not going to be the key components to help us get back into it. Because what they don't tell you, that the Western religions are very limited, and they're also very patriarchal. You understand? They don't want you to know the divine power within you and how you can activate it and how you become one and how you can raise your vibrations and frequency to connect back to the divine one, the divine mother herself, the matrix herself, the matriarch herself. You understand? Do you overstand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Because when you understand, knowledge is like water. So when you understand you're under the water, you don't see it. You overstand, like Dr. York and all the Morrison said, you can see it because you start to overstand. You can see the knowledge coming. When you understand your very being, the fiber of your being, when you understand it, the overstanding, the understanding, the understanding, it radiates from out your very being, where it projects outwardly, and it creates this evolving energy that connect you back to the ancient and sacred information. Do y'all get it? So we got to keep this in mind. I don't look at myself as a teacher. I don't. I look at myself as a brother that want to help out and help people out spiritually on their journey to help them find out how to connect whom they are and see what resonate with you, and that could be your path. Everything that I talk about might not resonate with you, but I guarantee on our channel we're going to find a way that you can find something that resonate with you. Okay? This is something that's needed. This is something that's missing. This is not me projecting anything on anybody. It's to here to make you think more and become more of a free think and start questioning everything. Because the ways of the West brought chaos and confusion to everybody. Just to be a part of their destruction, their demise. Because anything that deals with the Western society, it deals with pillaging and so on, and taking, and or you can say thievery. It has nothing to do to elevate the knowledge, to elevate yourself mentally. It's all about a low vibrational frequency when the West came into power. You got to keep it in mind. And the West is now losing power. Now everybody's starting to go back to what their spirit or ancestors are connecting them to now. They've been rejecting the divine feminine for a long time because of the sheer jealousy. But then they also want to be like the divine feminine too. So I just wanted to share that with y'all and just say peace to everybody and grand rising to y'all, and let's talk. That's why this video or this live was created. Okay? It's time for us to start realizing the truth and stop running away from the truth. We've been lied to and bamboozled long enough. All right, beloveds? And it's all about the bloodlines. So I recommend you start finding out and doing your genealogy right away, because the truth need to come out. So on that note, I wasn't going to be on here long. I just want to have y'all think a little bit more and see how everything's interconnected and intertwined. Okay? So I love all of you that watch. I love all the subscribers that watch our channel, all the mods, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving the time to watch. It's much grateful, and also is all loving and caring. And I want to say thank you. And I'm about to get up off of here because I got things to do. I'll probably do another live later. I'm not sure. I was supposed to do one yesterday, but I got tired, y'all. I was tired. I fell asleep. Okay. Love, peace, light, darkness, which is the yin and yang, which is the divine, feminine, masculine, to create and form supreme balance. Okay? So, it is Negadezo, also known as Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire, better known as Brother B. Forte Ill. I want to say thank y'all for watching. Take care. May the divine and great mother protect you and yours on your journey, your path, for whatever you choose to go in. Blessings, not blessings, but blessings coming your direction. Okay? So thank you for watching. You take care. Just wanted to go ahead and do that. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.